What's the mood in there like, mate?
The mood's buzzing at the moment. The boys are pretty stoked to finally get that first win on the board for season 2018, but I think there's been a real shift from yesterday to today, and there's been a real focus and steely resolve from the boys to get back out there on Saturday and get another win and back up what we produced on Sunday. One win doesn't justify enough for us.
The coach kept telling us week in, week out that the mood was remaining buoyant, but it must have been tough, a couple of months of losses.
Yeah, it was. It was a couple of tough months coming in on a Monday and basically getting frustrated with each other because it was just little things that we're doing wrong that were costing us, and we were going through the same things every Monday. Whether it be not being selfless enough or just getting a few things wrong structurally. But this week it's been a lot better to just come in and realise when we do execute that game plan and stick to our method that it's going to work. So we know going forward that it's going to work for us.
What was the most pleasing thing, do you think, in getting that win? What was the one thing that you finally started to do that you hadn't been able to do in the weeks leading up to that win?
I think on the weekend the best thing about the result was that it was our method, our game style that worked. And I think we saw with Charlie Cameron, we had a huge emphasis this week on being selfless, and he probably took it to the new level of marking the ball in the goal square and kicking it back to Binger. But that's how we want to be renowned across the competition, and I think that's how we play our best footy, and that'll be a big focus for us for the rest of the season. So I think seeing the boys go out there, be selfless, that was probably the biggest positive.
Now, I spoke to Dane Beams at the start of the year and I said, who's your tip for the NAB Rising Star? And he picked you. So good to get the nomination, so you haven't let him down yet. Yeah,
I haven't let him down yet, but there's a few other blokes going a bit better than I am across the competition, and there's plenty of young talent. So even Cammy Rayner probably isn't far away. He's starting to play some good footy, so yeah, who knows.
What does it mean for you personally to get that nomination?
Yeah, it's good reward for effort, I guess, but it sounds a little bit cliche, but I've got to thank my teammates and coaching staff because they've really challenged me to try and take my game to the next level, and I think it's pretty easy to just pat young guys on the back if they're doing things well, but that's not what Fags and Murray Davis, my line coach, even Binger, Hodgie, those sort of guys, they're always about challenging you to improve. And I just caught up with Muzz then. He said, well done on your Rising Star, and then we went through about 10 things. He said, all right, this is what you've got to improve. So I think that's the business here. We're about constant improvement, and yeah, so we've got to thank them for always challenging you to get better.
You bought Fags that beer, yeah? You gave him a big pump up after the game for the nomination?
I haven't yet, but if we can get it across Sydney on the weekend, then maybe I will.
Do you feel like when you've been so close so many times this season as you have in games and just lost, when you finally get a win like that, it can sort of break the shackles? And does it feel like that around the group, that you might be now the monkeys off the back?
It definitely does feel like the monkeys off the back, but you never really know if it's going to break the shackles as such. Sydney is such a great opposition that we're coming up against this weekend, so I think that'll be a real test for us to come back and come with the same energy and intensity that we came with on the weekend. And I guess now it just shows that we're capable of playing football that's competitive with some of the best teams in the competition, and now it's just up to us to bring that every week.